it's Pastor Dan here from Dexter Gospel Church with another Proverbs Practical. I appreciate you watching. Our verse today encourages us to use our authority and opportunities to teach wisely. Proverbs 22 verse 6 says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." Now this is a verse that has occasioned a lot of questions over the years for a proverb. So let's establish something from the beginning. A proverb is not the same thing as an absolute truism. A proverb is a predictor, it notes patterns, it makes observations, but there can be exceptions in unusual circumstances. A proverb gives us the average, not the range or all the outliers. For instance, the proverb that says that the fear of the Lord tends to life doesn't mean that every single person who fears God will live to be 105 or whatever, but rather that fearing God tends toward longer life than not fearing God. Just so, with this proverb, it shouldn't shock us if not every child with good parents turns out not to be perfect. But there should definitely be a correlation between good parenting and children growing up to be good people or doing the right things. People tend to stay on the course that they're set upon. Sure, some diverge from it for good or for evil, but there's definitely an inertia to overcome. Whether it be with occupation or relationships or religion, we tend to follow patterns that we set on early. So what is the training that the verse is talking about here? Who are the children? The word for training here is actually translated dedicate, all four of the other times it appears in Scripture. It's used twice at the house and twice at the temple. The idea seems to be of setting the thing to its intended use, of imbuing it with a quality and purpose. So this sheds some light on what is involved in training up a child, in setting children into the way that they should go. It's dedicating them to it, not in a service or ceremony, but in real life. It means actually getting them onto that path, not just telling them where it is or how to walk on it, but starting walking along it with them, bringing them along the way they're supposed to go. If the way we want them to go is the way of the Lord, then we need to dedicate them to that by beginning to do that in their lives. We need to establish that as their purpose. More than making good grades or being successful athletes or being nice kids, we need to establish the most important purposes. They need to grasp that their purpose is the glory of God and a relationship with Him and serving Him. And if we prioritize other things than those in our lives with them and in what we take them to and involve them in, we aren't training them up in the way they should go. We're putting them on a different way, dedicating them to something else. And then it shouldn't surprise us if they end up more dedicated to themselves or to that other thing than they are to the Lord or to doing what's right. This is one of the horrors to me of parents who prioritize school and sports and hobbies over church. Church is the most obvious and simple way we can show our dedication to the Lord to a child. But if we do other things when they come into conflict with worship and service, then we're really dedicating our child, setting them on a path that prioritizes those other things, training them up in that. Now that's the training, dedicating, setting somebody onto the path that they should be and having them walk it for a ways. The child here, that word is very broad. It's used of everything from baby to a teenager to soldiers following David. It speaks of actual children and it speaks of servants. While generally it does refer to an actual child like we think of it, ranging in age up into adolescence, broadly it's anyone that you have authority and influence over. So this verse isn't just talking about raising good kids or kids who stay in church when they move out of the house. It's talking about training anyone for anything. It's saying that if you have the authority and influence to get someone onto a particular track, they're more likely to stay on it. If you can dedicate them to something, make something their focus and purpose in life or occupation, they tend to stick with that. It can be a priority on a job, it can be a purpose in life. But what we help people become, they often remain. So we need to use our authority and opportunities for the lifelong and eternal good of those that we have the chance to train. I hope this video is a help to you. If so, give it a like. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more content like it. We'd love to see you here at Dexter Gospel Church. We'd love to hear from you in the comments on these videos. Until next time, I hope you stay well and help others onto the right course.